and Kelsey.
Will the future Hall of Famer sink the putt? It's for all the marbles. Okay, it's just the first one. Just a break, just a break.
See, that's the enthusiastic golf announcing that I am looking for, Ryan Clark. I want to bring some of that to the networks.
Greeny, I'm ready to go. But the reason why I'm commentating is because I don't golf. So if I come to your charity event, basically what I do is drive around to the park and talk to all the quartets. So everybody gets to hang out with RC, not just the group that's playing golf with them.
The quartets. In golf, we call them foursomes, but okay. Were they also singing while they were playing golf?
I want to make sure you knew he wasn't kidding. That he really doesn't play golf.
We need to do that. I'd like to hear Jim Nantz say that. Well, they're playing in quartets today because of the rain. Okay, I'm sorry. Graziano, let's do Graziano as we go through training camp. What are some of the storylines that we are watching, beginning with the money?
Yeah, the big name extensions that still could get done between now and training camp. We've talked a lot about Micah Parsons, T.J. Watt, 1 year left on his deal, looking for a new deal. Terry McLaurin in Washington, of course, the Bengals guys. Aiden Hutchinson in Detroit is one to watch. These are deals that, over the next month before training camps open are going to, get some attention from the front offices and the agents, and we'll see how many of them get done before camp starts.
Dominique, it is an annual rite of summer on this show and everywhere else. The Cowboys have a star player they should have signed a long time ago, and it's going to go right down to the final moment. Last year, it literally went to the opening day of the season. What do you think about the Micah Parsons situation?
That maybe they're going to hold it to the opening day again. Like, there's no reason not to sign Micah Parsons. He's arguably the best defensive player in football. He's certainly the best defensive player on that team and maybe the best all-around player on that football team. They need to get him signed as soon as possible, and it gives them a little bit more space. Like, there's no argument not to sign him because it helps their cap out and it secures one of the best football players in football on their team for the foreseeable future. But it's the Cowboys doing Cowboys things as usual.
Nate. I think the Cowboys
continue to put themselves in places where we know they have to sign marquee players, and they wait until the last minute. This deal is going to get done, but I feel the longer that it takes, the more money it's going to take for Micah Parsons to sign this extension with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, look, Micah Parsons may very well be contributing to this. There are a bunch of these guys in this, right? The pass rushers that are waiting for deals, and I guess the last mover is the one who gets the most money. Does it work that way?
Well, it can, but I think Micah's going to be the one that gets the most money, whether he's the first mover or the last mover in this particular equation. Hendrickson and Watt are 30-year-olds looking for third contracts as opposed to a 26-year-old looking for his second contract, and Micah has delivered at a higher level than, say, Aiden Hutchinson. So I think when all is said and done, he'll be the highest paid defensive player. It's just a matter of what it takes to get there.
Well, let's go to the next Graziano, because we just finished the NBA Finals in Indianapolis, and I'm fascinated by their quarterback situation.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson telling, I forget the media outlet, I apologize to whoever it is, 24/7 Sports, yesterday that he would be good to go for training camp. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury, but he says he'll be good to go for training camp, which is important for him because he's trying to hold off Daniel Jones and continue to be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. One of the big issues Richardson has had since entering the league, and frankly before, is consistent health, his inability to stay on the field. That has held him back so far in the NFL, and it's one of the reasons they brought in Daniel Jones. It's ironic because it's not like Daniel's been the picture of health.
That's right. Daniel Jones is another one who's had trouble staying healthy. I don't know, Dominique, why do I feel like and training camp hasn't even started, but why do I feel like if I had to handicap it right now, I would say I feel like there's a better chance Daniel Jones is their week one starter than Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, because the Anthony Richardson saga in Indianapolis hasn't gone smoothly yet. Like, there's been a lot of bumps in the road. Despite the fact that he's had some outstanding, amazing plays, he hasn't put together a stretch that would make you believe in him as a quarterback. You don't go get a player like Daniel Jones in order to be just a backup. Not that Daniel Jones is amongst the best players in football, but he's a legitimate starting quarterback, and the injury history for Anthony Richardson is a long one. So I think you're probably right. I think Daniel Jones starts the season at quarterback, but I don't think it's over for Anthony Richardson. He's absolutely going to get another shot there in Indianapolis.
What do you think, RC?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, right? The reason that you go there if you're Daniel Jones is because you believe there's a great opportunity to start. You don't want to be a backup for the rest of your career. So I think he is the day one starter. And if you're Anthony Richardson, you have to do all you can do to not only be in training camp on day one, but to be different in training camp, to move around the building in a different way, to lead in a different way, to show consistency in a different way. And I think he could be in one of those positions where if he's not the starter or doesn't start at some point this year, he could be moved the next year and be fighting to be a backup in this league for years to come.
Fourth pick in the draft, and not all that long ago. Last one involves other quarterbacks who obviously have accomplished a lot more.
I am curious when and if Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts are going to sort of make a push for contract extensions, the way Josh Allen got one this offseason with several years left on his deal, just to bring the deal more in line with the top of the market. These are guys that have seen the likes of Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, surpass them in terms of dollars per year, and frankly haven't accomplished as much as Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts have. So Lamar Jackson's cap number in 2026 goes up to almost $75 million. The Ravens have to do something with that contract before next season. I'm curious to see what happens with these two guys and when.
The Ravens are an interesting one. We're going to go more deeply into them later. But, Neek, tell everybody what it is you said to me in the meeting this morning.
Yeah, well, Lamar Jackson, it's not a surprise, but Lamar Jackson is in Super Bowl or bust mode, and that team is in Super Bowl or bust mode. They've been probably the best team in football for a recent stretch. Their point margin is higher than anyone else in the last 7 years. It's every year they are like us nerds. They're our darling pick to win the Super Bowl. It feels like every season they just don't quite get it done. So I think the expectations for Lamar and right now are Super Bowl or bust, and I think this team is in a position with a roster that's good enough to do it, and they expect to do it.
RC?
But the other piece is this, not even for the nerds. I know Dominique has 18 degrees. He has like a master's. He has a law degree. For us dummies that went to LSU and only have 1 degree, they've been our favorite too. This is a team that in the regular season, they play at such a high level, put themselves in position to win championships and just fall short in the playoffs. This is absolutely a Super Bowl or a bust year. And that extension that Dan Graziano is talking about, if Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens hoist the Lombardi at the end of the season, I think it'll be history-breaking and history-setting when he gets that new deal.
I've missed these guys. We got to get... I am one who votes from RC and Dominique together as much as we can do. We have missed this dynamic. We have more football, pardon me, as we go. Coming up, however, to the basketball.
Chào các bạn ngày hôm nay. Bây giờ mình sẽ Dương với cái thằng kia lại cãi nhau rồi. Dương với cái thằng kia lại cãi nhau rồi. Vâng. Cãi nhau là có khổ không?